Alright, so I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, and that is comparing manga and light novels to see, which is better, which, is getting more popular and all this stuff, and, because I've read both. I read my manga and I read my fillers. I mean, I read my light novels, not fillers, but, yeah, that'd be horrible if I put filler in manga, but, yeah, yeah. So, what's good, what's bad, what's up, I mean, so there is a distinct difference. I feel like light novels are getting a little bit more popular because even though they don't really show you like what's going on, the light novels are definitely a lot longer, or I would say have a lot more going on. Um, I feel like they're better written than mangas because sometimes there can be translation errors in mangas sometimes, and how the creators may not draw their own art, which, well, I mean, I say that, but Kamichi does draw his, I believe, draws his own illustrations for the novels he writes. But, yeah, so I feel like light novels are getting a lot more popular, Index getting super popular, because, Japanese people love it, and, we got Heavy Object coming, Overlord is getting pretty popular. What else? Is One Punch Man a novel? No, no, he's not. But High School DxD, that's getting popular. I can't really think of any more. I'm not, because I started doing light novels 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, like I say that, it's like, oh, why don't you know more about light novels? Well, I mean, I mostly just read Index. I never really got interested in anything else, but yeah, so I just read Index and I read Overlord. I've not read any Heavy Object. I should probably read that before it comes out, so I can get like a better grasp. But I might end up disappointing myself if I skip a whole bunch, but I might not do that, but I don't know. So yeah, I feel like light novels are better when it comes to you just want to read. If you want a story, if you want a longer story that's satisfying and all that stuff. And I also feel like it's good when it comes to like a character's thoughts, because manga does it, but it doesn't do it like 24/7. Like it might give you like a little blimp of what they're thinking, but I feel like light novels really do give you a glimpse into the character's mind of what is this attack? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to evade this? Because I remember the Accelerator versus Toma fight round two to be like extremely, extremely just thinking. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna put that in the anime. They may put specific thoughts in it, but I don't know. Got Accelerator is thinking this guy with his right hand shouldn't be able to block, the speed of sound attacks and all this stuff, and he's thinking up all these solutions, and it's like you're seeing this, and it's like on the inside he's sane, like he's just thinking up everything, but on the outside he's just like a crazed lunatic, which I really like that. But not talking about that, but yeah. So I just really like how light novels transition between characters sometimes. Like there'll be times when, like I said earlier about Accelerator and the whole thing with Toma being super afraid on the inside, but on the outside he's still remaining his casual self, making jokes, fighting the enemy, and all that stuff. In which manga, because I've read manga, I read One Piece, I read Bleach, I did read Naruto, but that stopped. I did read the Hokage thing, him being Hokage and stuff, and I read another. Yeah, I read Berserk sometimes. What else? I read another, but I forget the name. Yeah, I read Railgun and certain sides of Accelerator too, but I don't read Index. I mean, I go to it just to see sometimes, but I don't read it. But yeah, so I feel like manga is more action. It's more like a comic book, basically. Well, I mean, that's kind of dumb of me to say, but yeah, it's just a comic book action. You want to see what is happening, this, that. But it's like it's so limited because like the artist has to draw the pictures, he has to draw the dialogue, he has to draw this and that. And sometimes when I read manga, I notice little things. That are just kind of like, oh, Ichigo's arm looks so creepy, like a little skeleton arm. And then there's just some designs that are just kind of creepy, but they're like very rarely will you just read an anime or a manga where it's like like 50 pages. Because I know Berserk, and I think that's more split into volumes. Like they put a volume for each manga, which I really like. So yeah, I mean, like I said, rarely you'll see like Black Butler. I once tried out Black Butler. I went to one, and there was one manga chapter that was like 4 pages, and I'm like, what? But I'm pretty sure it will probably get longer if I continue reading it. But I just felt like that was kind of weird. And even though another difference is that mangas I feel like take, well, I mean, it depends on the creator, I guess, but they take less time to come out. Like, oh, once a week Bleach comes out, once a week One Piece comes out. Sometimes, well, I mean, the creator of One Piece takes like 50 million breaks, but yeah, so, and then there are sometimes some don't come for a month, like a certain scientific accelerator or a certain scientific roadmap. Those usually come out monthly sometimes. Recently they've been kind of, just putting whenever there, but they're starting to get back to their monthly schedule. But, yeah, and light novels definitely take longer to come out. As you know, Kimichi, he has I don't know how many light novels he writes, but I think he writes a lot. So, and Index is usually the thing he isn't focused on. Like, he's focused on everything. Index is for some reason, his side thing, even though it's one of his most popular works, which I would kind of be focused more on that. But then again, Kimichi does love to troll his fans, so, he just does whatever. He puts freaking Ophinius right there in the video, but, and freaking Thor, Marianne, but yeah, he just, harmless fun. But, yeah, I mean, and I feel like, if you want action, read mangas, you can see what's happening. It's more action. Like, the stories take longer to tell than a light novel. It's it would take probably, there was one, can't be at my work. Okay, recently there was this whole fight between, Mayuri and, the right hand of the Soul King, and it's taking kind of long. Sometimes I feel like when I read a manga chapter for the first time, it's just movements, fighting, talking, that's it. Sometimes I feel like it's uneventful, oh, this is just what happened. It's sometimes I feel like when I read a manga, wait, a week, I read it, and it's just this quick little skit of stuff, and nothing really happened, it was just fighting. It's just okay. Now I have to wait another week for what happened, but with Naruto, it happened to that sometimes too, very rarely, because Kishimoto does kind of a good job of doing that. But, yeah, I mean, mangas are a lot shorter. They're definitely have grammar issues sometimes. But I can't really point one out because I saw some, but it would take a little while for me to find it. But, yeah, the stories definitely take a lot longer to do, I'd say. And, the writers that are also creators can't do it every single day because you have to keep writing it, and all that. Which I imagine would be super tiring. I mean, I would imagine just sitting there, writing a 28-page manga, just writing all the detail in, Ichigo or Naruto and all that. Yeah, I mean... yeah, that was the manga I forgot I read. I read Tokyo Ghoul too. And, yeah, there are some that just love it and just love doing it. I feel like, Type Kubo sometimes just doesn't feel like doing it. He just gets lazy and just just rather writes. I just noticed that there's a lot of people that do manga that their names start with K. Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to compare the two in a way. I feel like light novels are slowly getting better or getting more popular. But when it comes to them getting animated, I feel like for light novels it takes a lot longer. Because with manga, well, I say that, but no, it should be the opposite. It feels like both, I think, take considerable amount of time, no matter what. Because with manga, if you catch up to the manga, you have to wait 50 months for it to come back. And with light novels, they do take up 10 chapters each month. Well, I say that, but with Kimichi, it's just kind of every 3-4 months, sometimes 2, but yeah, I mean, it's just, I feel like both take equally amount of time to get animated, but yeah, I mean, it depends on the writer, like I said, especially when it comes to light novels. If you make 5 light novels in a month, and yeah, it's gonna get made maybe, but you know, I mean, I feel like light novels are really starting to get a little bit more noticed. Like some people may not pay attention to them maybe. They seem to be focused more on the mainstream stuff, which is One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Tokyo Ghoul, which I'm fine with. You know, I love those animes. You know, I don't hate them. I love them. I grew up with three of them. Bleach, no, well, no, I grew up with Naruto and One Piece. I never watched Bleach. And then I watched it. One of my friends told me super good. I'm like, I watched it and I loved it. So yeah, I really, you know, I mean, it's just I feel like people, because it's like I feel Overlord right now is getting a lot of attention. Heavy Object may too. Heavy Object may get tons of reviewers reviewing it. You know, I would be surprised. But it's like when I first was gonna review Index, I felt like no one was really reviewing it episodically. You know, I mean, I think one person was, I forget his name, Reaper something, but yeah, I mean, it's just people were reviewing it fully, which I don't mind that, I really don't, but it's, I don't know, it's just, I feel like when I first watched Index 1 and 2, and then Railgun, you know, I thought they were pretty cool, you know, it was this cool little thing where it's like, oh, superpowered teens are in a city, that's pretty cool. And I kept hearing light novels are super good, light novels are super good, because I thought they were mangas, and I'm like, oh, this is manga? Because when I first read the manga, I'm like, this is not, like, this isn't even, like, ahead of the anime. And people kept telling me that you should read the light novel, you know, it's super good. I'm like, okay, I read the light novel, and the light novel was actually amazing. I felt like I was, like, reading a completely different story from Index, which, to be honest, it may not fully, you know, copy everything from the light novel and put it in anime. I mean, you know, when you read freaking Lightning Thief, not all of it's going to be in the movie, you know? But, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's a good chance that we may not see some of the stuff in Index, you know? I doubt well, definitely not going to get, like, an inner monologue and stuff, but still. So, yeah, I mean, it's like, I love Accelerator manga, I like Railgun, I like Index, you know? I mean, I'm starting to like the light novels a lot more. I feel like some of them weren't really getting that much attention, so Overlord's been getting a lot of attention, which I like. Because, you know, I mean, it's like, a lot of people don't like it because, you know, like I said, it's, you can watch that in my other first Overlord review, but, yeah, I mean, it's like, light novels, manga, well, it depends on the person. I'm not here to say which is better, I'm just kind of comparing them and saying what their differences are, because no one really talks about that, you know, it's like, mangas are more for if you want action, if you want a, more, like I said, if you want action, if you want to know what's going on, if you want, I would say, to like a comic book feel, then mangas are for you more. If you want like a story, if you want to know what the characters are feeling, thinking, believing, if you want to see what's the story, more focused on story, I guess I should say, than light novels. You know, manga has focused story, but it takes a freaking long time to do it. I don't hate manga. Sometimes I get irritated when it's like, oh, new manga comes out for Bleach. Great, I read it. Nothing happens, and I have to wait another week. So yeah, I mean, it really depends on the person. I'm not here to say which is better. Both are pretty good, my aspects. Both have their problems. Light novels take for free. Light novels can get irritating sometimes when I read it, and it's like, I read Index. I read it, and it's like 4 paragraphs of just inner monologue. I'm like, okay, let's get back to the action. But yeah, I mean, it's like with manga, you just go straight into the action, get to know what scene's going up after that. But it's like, again, take a long freaking time to do. So yeah, and yeah, light novels have their problems. Like I said, it's just freaking forever. Like I said, like 10 paragraphs, like Index. Okay, you read Index, you get like so much dialogue, and it's like there's like this weird second person perspective where this thing's talking. It's weird. But it's like I usually skip that unless it's something interesting. I'm like, okay. Let's get back to Toma fighting World Rejector. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we get to know what the character feels by having a meteor crash down on them, but yeah. So that was my take on the whole thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you later.